love that music.
Mm.
You know it?
I wasn't paying attention, but yeah. It's cool.
It's hard to believe that was in the stock music. I'm going to write lyrics for that. You know it?
Yeah. You use a lot of it.
I love it. I can't believe it's stock music. I like it that much. I
How
find
is
myself over here steal one of those to like. Right?
yeah. I hear him down here beating on the table with music. I'm like, what are you doing down there? Nothing. Then he acts like he's not doing that.
Warming up for JDTC. You know my ritual.
Playing drums. I'm like, what is that noise?
Shit's dead on too. They wanted me to be in Metallica. I said no. Got better shit to do. How is everybody? Unsolved with Barb, Holly, Miss Tonge, Messy Jessie, Nanny03. I think I seen P Island Girl here earlier.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Glad to be here.
On this Monday morning, it's cold, chilly. Had 2-hour delay.
Yeah, and it kind of delays us. So,
Screws us up.
yeah, off the schedule. So I usually take the kids and come back, get ready.
I'm usually in there like tearing it up, getting the show final edits in and stuff. And this morning,
Gotta rush it a little bit. Yep.
we're
I
behind.
I can't complain. The kids haven't had no snow days this year so far. We haven't received or gotten snow really a lot.
Not one snow day, and we're damn near February.
Yeah, it's been really mild winter. It's really crazy weather for some reason this year. I say that, and then we'll get a big old blizzard. I hope not, but
Angie Davis, Miss Schenkel, Joyce Connor, Angel Talks Too Much. Good morning. How is everybody? Hope y'all had a good weekend.
yes, I hope you guys.
Y'all got any bad weather? Our weather's bad, and I'm scared to death. We're gonna look back at this live, and it's gonna be a bunch of
It's not that bad, is it?
frozen shit. I hope not. I think we're okay right now. Everything looks
Good.
good. How we coming across, y'all? Sound good?
Until they tell us if we weren't.
Yeah. We've had snow.
Oh, really?
Had a lot of rain recently on SC.
Yeah, on YouTube I see a lot of videos where it's sleeted and iced in Seattle. I think it was somewhere like that. Everybody's sliding everywhere. Like everything was a sheet of ice. People sliding down the hills. It's funny.
No, I've had a lot of theory on Seattle for a long time. Brandy can vouch for this. I've always thought, because I worked in Seattle for, I don't know, altogether, what, a month?
A month or so.
Solid. Well, not solid, but altogether, because I took trips of, probably more than that, like a month and a half, because I took like 3 trips, I know, and they was all like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he got a job at a new plant as a manager or whatever, and they hadn't opened yet, so they sent him there to train.
Yeah, I was supposed to tell people how to run all this shit, and I didn't have nothing that I knew how to run. Wasn't nothing at our plant yet, so I had to go to this other one and check shit out. Well, yeah, it was a great gig, wasn't it? Give me per diem, put me up in this gated community. Nice.
And I was back by myself.
Right.
Alone.
Home alone, staying with my mom and my sister-in-law, everybody.
I don't like staying by myself.
Scaredy cat.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the whole time I was out there, it rained every single day. And if you think about it, that's also where a lot of serial killers come from. Bundy, Gary Ridgway, up in that general region, right? I think weather affects you.
Yeah, it might.
I
Depression.
can tell you now, it affects me.
It does me too.
A gloomy, bad weather, cloudy day, I don't feel as good as a sunny, clear, bright day.
I agree.
It affects me.
Yep.
And I think because like when I was out there, it rained 44 days straight, and that was a record. And I'm telling you, I think that could lead to some of this.
Yeah, a lot of mental issues, problems, depression. So maybe.
I'm just saying, I think it's gotta have an effect, and that's where this new psych, psychotic individuals from, or well, where he's operating. He's originally from Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, man, the more I learn about him, Brian Kohberger, the more it just wigs me out. Are
Yeah,
y'all seeing all this?
I'm sure. That's what everybody's talking about now.
Yeah,
They changed. I think it was like Kylie, then it was. It changed to something else for a little while, and now it's Brian.
absolutely love cold, cloudy, and rainy days. Oh, I wish I was like you.
Yeah, it's okay too on a lazy day. I take a rainy day, but
Yeah, but I guarantee, I feel like they push a lazy day on you.
hmm yeah,
Because I look
sometimes.
out there and I'm like, I ain't going out there in
Yeah,
that nonsense. That's horrible. I'm just
my
gonna sit here.
used to work in a nursing home with our residents. We put it's like a TV, but it's playing different scenery and light for them for their mood. We did that a lot. I don't know what they were called, but it would be like a light and it plays different scenery and stuff. We put it in the room for the
That's
mood.
nice.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd throw that in.
I love a good thunderstorm, but rain too many days gets me down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind a thunderstorm. It's kind of like the adrenaline of it kind of makes it interesting, but I can't take the gloom is what gets me more than anything.
Mhm.
Just the gray. I think gray's depressing.
Yeah. Me too.
I don't know. It's a theory. I didn't say there wasn't holes in it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Last week we were talking about the little girl that Athena she went missing, and they found her, and the dad or the caretaker, the man, killed her.
Yeah, in a
And
very
it
barbaric way.
brutal on
Let's just
Christmas
say
Day.
that.
Isn't that sad? I'm sure
Yeah.
y'all read about it, but it's sad. They had custody of her and the sister. I don't know why or how, but it's very, it was awful. And the sister said she was tired of being there by herself. So who knows how long she's been left there by herself. A 5-year-old.
I love the sun. Me too, Ange.
Yeah, I like the sun. I don't like it when it's real hot, but I do like sunny weather. I don't like 100-degree weather.
Honestly, hot sunny days makes me feel like I'm supposed to be outside and being productive. It's depressing sometimes. LOL. I feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when the weather is nice and clear, it does put pressure on you,
Yeah,
don't it?
you better be out there doing something. Definitely,
Yeah.
I agree.
Damn sure need to be productive. You can't bitch about the weather today, can
You
you?
don't have an excuse not to
Right.
be out there doing something.
That's a
So
good point.
hold yourself accountable. Definitely.
I'm trying to drink more water as a New Year's resolution too.
Yeah, you don't drink a lot of anything
Say
really.
it's really good for you to drink. Like, I mean, I can't remember how much it is. It's like a keg of water a day. So
Mm-hmm.
I got to get to at least half that, right?
Yeah.
Because I ain't ready to unleash it on them yet. But I got to tell y'all, Brandy can vouch for this. I'm about ready to go full Uhtred. Am I not?
I guess if they know who that is.
Uhtred's the guy that Brandy likes me to reenact and pretend like I'm him sometimes. He's off
No,
of, it's a show called The Last Kingdom. Y'all see this beard?
he does look good though.
When you look at this, does it make you think of Viking warrior? Wait till the hair's complete. We're close, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can get it in one man bun, but it's rough. But we're getting there. A full Uhtred. Y'all that ain't seen it, check it out. The Last Kingdom. It's also ain't it, Brandon?
Yeah, the show's really good. I should watch it.
And see, it's wrapped up, and there's what, 6 seasons?
I think then there's supposed to be a movie. We're waiting on that.
The movie is yet to come. It's going to be like a 2 hour movie that wraps it up.
That's what I was looking at when it comes out.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. Love the beard. Thanks, Hinge Davis. Coming in nice, ain't it? I feel like I look like dude off that movie that gets attacked by the bear. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Says it'll be out on Netflix sometime in 2023, so it'll be this year. That movie, so that'll be cool.
What is it?
It's supposed to be out this year on Netflix in 2023. The movie.
Oh, I like facial hair on guys, but their actual hair should be short, not long, and just mustaches are ew. LOL. I think so too, man. I think the straight just mustache always reminds me of a certain type of actor slash performer, if you know what I mean.
My dad, he had just the mustache. He looked like Mario because he had real dark hair.
Her dad looked just like Mario.
Yeah.
He was a shorter guy too, about 5'6".
No, he was 5'8" at that time. I don't know why you say that. Ask him when. That's how tall he was. You act like he's a midget or something.
I'm just not that tall, and I swear I felt like I was a lot taller than him.
He had a lot of surgeries and lost an inch or 2, inch and a half.
He had a bad accident in construction.
Yeah. So.
He came off of a 2-story
roof
and landed.
Crushed everything both of his legs.
Broke everything in his ankles and everything.
Had 9 or 10 surgeries. Then lost his leg over a different accident. So he had a rough time. So one foot was already shorter than the other. So Jonathan probably didn't really. Well, Jonathan never knew him before his accident. Maybe that's why he's comparing how tall he was.
Yeah, maybe.
So he knows.
I tell you though, I work construction. It's dangerous, man. We was roofing a house one time, and all we had down was the black tar paper, right? That's what you put down right before you put the shingles on. And that shit is slick. Well, I had the idea I could like do this parkour move and run down this one valley and have enough momentum to run up the other side to the peak.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it. Well, I got almost to the peak and then slid out, spun out, and that's the pitch on that thing was like this. I rolled right off the side of that bad boy and hit the only spot there wasn't cinder blocks stacked up or a power saw or something. And it was just by the grace of God I didn't get killed.
Yeah, I was always worried since Dad had that bad accident.
Oh, so. It's dangerous, man. Construction is dangerous. Brandy seen me one time. We was roofing a house, and it was like a 2-story townhouse. But then there was another 20 feet down to where the bottom was.
Yeah, because it was built kind of on a hill.
Yeah, and I was having to roof on the edge of it, and it was like 40 feet. It was like roofing on a skyscraper.
Okay.
That stuff's dangerous, man. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Brian dude, man, I got some articles on him. I'll tell you what I've noticed though, violence is up right now.
Oh yeah, there's another mass shooting. Did you see that?
Oh, they're everywhere. I was looking through brought up headlines, and it's like bang, 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 bang. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like violence is at an all-time high.
Family violence too.
Everything. I've seen another family of, I don't want to say, I think 8. And
yeah, then there was a family of 6 yesterday that they said they were linked to the cartel. But anyways, one or 2 of them was a 16-year-old and her 10-month-old baby, and they shot both of them in the head. They were trying to run to get away. So this is very sad. How people take other people's lives just like that.
Yeah.
Just because you're miserable, You think you have to take everybody with you in your family? That's selfish. You're just selfish, you know?
I don't get it, man.
I don't either.
I don't. I do not understand
There's
the
some dark
thinking behind it.
energy, something going on right now.
I see, and I keep telling myself, is it a case of it's just so much easier to find information? And has it been this bad? I don't think it has. I would have to think the numbers on these more severe crimes are way up.
Yeah, I thought that too. I'm like, maybe it's just the media and everybody putting more stuff out there because you know how media is. But
Right.
I don't think it's that either. I think it's risen the rate.
It seems like it has to.
Have y'all
Yeah.
noticed that? I'm sure everybody has. Every day it's something new. It's very sad.
Like, where we do YouTube, they had this case near us, and people are going by and shooting into these people's house before anybody's been charged or anything. And that's pretty wild stuff for this area, and it makes me feel like it's just so bad. It's covering everywhere now.
Yeah.
It's not just the bigger places, it seems.
People's how they were thinking in their brain is different. You know, it seems after you know what happened. You know, everybody started getting crazy.
Yeah. Or crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Now, if that's entitled to something, I don't know. Or coming from something.
Something seems off, don't it? Let's pull up one of these articles and check it out. And share this with you.
This guy's just sick. I follow him closely. I watch stuff every day. But then I'm like, I'm giving him so much attention, that's probably what he wants. You know?
Well, I mean,
if this guy really planned this mass murder, he didn't do too good of a
let's
job.
start here. I thought you'd be interested in this because I know we were talking about this the other day. Idaho suspect returned to scene for one of these two reasons, says an ex FBI agent. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Brian Kohberger, the suspect in University of Idaho murders, may have returned to the scene of the crime for one of two reasons, former FBI agent Jennifer Koffendorfer said Sunday. Why, if found guilty, did Brian Kohberger return to the scene? Was he looking for the sheath? Like the friends, he had no idea where others returned to relive, watch response to their handiwork. Examples: Chambers, Bundy, and Kemper. Wow.
He's stupid if he would go back in that house or even thought about going back in that house.
I think it's the sheath.
I don't know. I thought that. I think he might just be driving by because he hadn't heard anything on the news yet about any kind of murder. So he's probably wondering what's going on. So it's not happening yet.
There it goes on the name again, and it says that probable cause affidavit was released by police. Investigators believe the homicides occurred between 4 and 4:25. Police also said Kohberger's cell phone utilized cellular resources that would provide coverage to the King Road residents between 9:12 a.m. and 9:21 a.m. 9:12 a.m. and 9:21 a.m. So that morning, right?
Yeah.
9:12 and 9:21. And they still hadn't been reported by them, right?
No, they hadn't.
That's weird, ain't it?
That's what I was saying. Maybe he went back because he had anything on the news. What's going on? Or maybe he went to look for, the sheath.
So that's what the FBI agent's saying in her tweet. Is she saying, was it the sheath, or was it because he wanted to relive or watch response to his handiwork?
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think? Why he went back?
So that would be like 5 hours later, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes a twisted person, man, don't it?
Yeah, he could have got away. Like if they didn't capture his car on video, he could
Well,
probably got away.
I think they have his DNA, don't they?
Yeah, but they wouldn't have no way to link it to nobody. He's not in the system.
Oh, yeah.
So they, unless they did, you know, tracing ancestry tracing back on him if somebody else was in the system.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been caught.
Kohberger, 28-year-old student studying criminal justice and criminology at Washington State University, was arrested September 30th at his parents' home in Pennsylvania, charged with 4 counts of first-degree unaliving, 1 count of felony burglary. Kohberger has maintained his innocence in the case, with his former public defender, Jason LeBlar, saying in a statement that his client was eager to be exonerated.
Mm-hmm.
Kohberger, who's not involved in the investigation, told Newsweek on Sunday, I believe Kohberger went back to look at the crime scene. I envisioned him waiting for the news to break, and out of sheer curiosity, I think he went back to revel in his crime.
That's what I think.
When asked if she thought it would be difficult for the state to get a conviction against Kohberger, Kohberger said, I don't think it'll be hard. I think he left breadcrumbs from his house to the scene of the crime, like leaving the sheath behind, leaving his DNA on the sheath. For Kohberger's arrest, police of Pennsylvania recovered trash from his family residence and sent it to a lab for testing. According to the affidavit, the Idaho State Lab reported that the DNA profile obtained from the trash and the DNA profile obtained from the sheath identified a male as not being excluded as the biological father of suspect profile. The affidavit also said that at least 99.99998% of the male population would be expected to be excluded as the suspect's father. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in a recently unsealed search warrant, police took 1 nitrite-type black glove, 8 possible hair strands, 1 possible animal hair strand, and 2 cuttings from an uncased pillow that had a reddish-brown stain, among other items from Kohberger's Washington State apartment. The warrant also said no murder weapon was found as police continued search for the fixed-blade knife that was used in the crime.
Yeah, you know he did that thing. He probably got rid of that on his little adventure that evening on the day of the murder, where he went like 60 miles away or 90 or something. He got rid of that evidence.
Yeah.
And they were searching his car. You think there'd be evidence in there, no matter how good he cleaned it.
You would think if he got in that car,
with all that,
there would have to be something somewhere.
Yeah. Unless he had like some kind of cover up and took it off, I'm not for sure. Before he got in the car.
Yeah.
I think he had gloves on too.
Well, I mean, his thing was, what was he's studying forensics and stuff?
No, yeah.
Criminology. He should have been well versed on what to do.
He just thought he was smarter than what he was, and not prepared for what would actually happen. So, he's sick.
Well, something tells me he didn't plan on 4 people. I don't think.
I think he did, because he's been watching the house. He probably knew who was in there. Who wasn't. Yeah.
I'm just so confused by what he did and didn't know about how many people was in there.
Mm-hmm. He probably knew.
But
maybe he was thinking maybe he could, just do. I think he was after just Maddie, the one girl. But he might have not knew that she was in the room with the other roommate. And that became 2, and then people downstairs heard them, so that became 4. It could have become 6, but it didn't. I don't get that part either. He didn't harm the other girl.
Right. You think he wonders why it took so long to report what he had done?
I think so.
See, I wonder if it ain't got something to do with where that girl didn't call in until 12.
Yeah.
If
maybe that's why he left her alive.
To call in.
Yeah.
Report it.
Maybe, yeah, to tell the story. You never know.
Or do you think he threatened her and said, if you call before noon, I'll be back?
Oh, yeah, he said it. I didn't think about that.
You ever think about that?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got that long time before it was reported. He's back at
9 something.
9-ish.
You never know. He might have come back and threatened her to threaten again.
Who knows, man?
Maybe threatened her again. I can't talk.
Because I'm not saying anything bad about the survivors, but I'm saying
That could have happened.
there's a chance this dude's done something we don't know about. To them, threatened them,
Yeah.
and who knows? And I'm not criticizing anything they did
No.
because nobody can say how they would react in a situation like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. He's like, don't be calling nobody until 12. I'll be back to check on you.
He's a sick, twisted cat, man. Who knows? Who knows? And I just wonder if they know if he actually like went in or not, or if they just know he was in the area, or what
Would he come back in the morning?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to know too. There's no way to know that, I guess. Unless they have a lot more evidence than we know. They just released that, uh, where they arrested them. I'm sure they have a lot more we don't know about. There might be more that comes out.
Yeah.
So, like, we did not know anything about the roommate seeing them until the affidavit came out.
Right.
So, I'm sure there's other stuff.
I'm thinking there could be a real creepy something he's done to them possibly for during that process, threaten them or who knows, man.
Yeah.
This dude.
And what I've heard too, like the one he targeted, that they're saying, was hurt a lot worse than the other ones.
Yeah.
So,
I'm thinking that's how they determined that was the target.
yeah.
Yeah. Twisted cat, man. I'm glad he was caught.
Me too. Me too. Or he'd do it to somebody else, I guarantee it. He don't like women. Girls.
What gets me about this guy too is, think about this. He worked hard to get to where he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
In school and his profession. He was through all that to just piss it all away to do this. That astonishes me.
Yeah, me too.
You know, that's what I don't get about a lot of these people, man. Why you work so hard to get somewhere in life, to do something
so stupid,
just ruin your life. Did he really? I don't think he expected to get away.
I think he did.
Well, he should have really thought it out a lot better.
Yeah.
Because his whole.
I think he was that confident. He thought he was going to get away. Like you said, it might have not been all four of them that, he was after just one. And it went to all four.
I think he would have unalived again. I do too.
Yeah.
Most definitely, if he would have got away with this.
And maybe he wasn't ready to do it that night, but where she was moving the next day, she had already moved out. That's why she was in the room with the other girl, because she's leaving.
You think he had that information?
Maybe. I think maybe he's seen them. He's been watching them. Maybe he's seen where she's moving all her stuff out. He was following them, so I bet he probably knew that. And maybe I have to do it now or never.
I'd be interested to see if he was in any of their social media.
Oh, he was.
Oh, was he?
On Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He's on like a lot of it, liking stuff.
See, and that's a bad thing about social media is people, you can unintentionally give a stalker so much information, even if you're being careful.
Yeah. Yep. They can have a full-blown relationship with you and you never talk to them or maybe say a sentence to them. They're that, into you. Just, nasty.
I'm still, new to this incel thing. I think I'd heard of the concept of wanting to hurt other women because they can't get girlfriends or whatever. Ain't that basically it? But I didn't realize it was a thing. Like,
yeah. He brought it up in a reading before he was even arrested. Donna, she said that exact word.
What?
Incel. he was in a reading
Oh yeah.
before he was arrested.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
I've never heard of it.
No.
I would have
Yeah.
thought she had said imbecile. I wouldn't have known what she was talking.
Yeah, it's crazy. Donna Serafina, she said that in one of her reading before they caught him. That's creepy. She's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I tell you though, the guy just must be really socially awkward because it's not like he's hideous or
Yeah,
something.
I
You
think
know
he
what I'm
is.
saying?
Yeah, I think he is. He was addicted to drugs for a long time, and he got off drugs, and he's doing better. And he's on heroin. I don't know if I can say that, but he was on like real bad.
This guy,
Yes,
Brian,
yes. He used to be chubby too. He lost a lot of weight.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a drug. Yeah, he was addicted to that.
Wow. And he had turned it all around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he just been always awkward, didn't feel, you know, good around women, couldn't ask them out.
First heard of incels during the Elliot Rogers case. Yeah, this is my introduction. Like I said, I hadn't heard of it. It's
The definition definitely fits him, though.
yeah. I wonder what his relationship with his mother was like. I wonder if that has any kind of bearing on that.
Yeah,
You know,
I'd like to know, too.
he was addicted during his teens. That's wild. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Turned it all around and then going to pull that.
It's awful.
Let's look at one of our other stories. I got a couple we can check out. This one. This one I was talking about. Hold on. Hold on, we got another one on here. Let's check this out. What forensic experts say about evidence seized from Brian Kohberger's home in the Idaho murder case? So this is the stuff they got from his house, right?
Yeah.
Authorities have lifted the lid on alleged evidence found in the home of Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohberger, making the latest development in a horror case that has gripped the nation for 2 months. Special warrants against Kohberger's apartment in Pullman, 30th December, the same day he was arrested at his parents' home in Pennsylvania on charges for the 13th November unalivings in Idaho. A record of evidence recovered during the apartment search was unsealed on Wednesday, revealing the seizure of 15 items, including hairs, receipts, a computer tower, a disposable glove, and items with peculiar stains. So they got his computer.
Yeah, I'd like to know what was on that thing.
The record reignited a frenzy of speculation online despite its simplicity and lack of conjecture. But what significance, if any, can actually be gleaned from the list? The Independent spoke to 2 experts, Dr. Monte Miller, a former crime scene investigator and forensic expert for the Texas Department of Public Safety, and FBI agent Jennifer Coffendorfer, their takes on each item. Mr. Kohberger assumed innocent, proved guilty, so the trial. So the experts' assessments are based solely on what police have identified as potential evidence. Okay, we get it. Nobody wants to commit. Search warrant record investigators list several items with stains, including cuttings of a mattress cover, a reddish brown stain on an uncovered pillow, and a collection of dark red spots. Both Dr. Miller and Ms. Cobbler told the independent police likely believe those things could be blood. Now, this is on his pillow.
At his house. That's kind of weird. I don't know about that. Why do you think he would be that stupid to do that and leave that there?
Well, my thing is, how did he not get it in his car everywhere?
Yeah, but get it there.
But then it's at his house. That might not be anything to do with that.
Yeah.
A reddish or brown stain is a euphemism for we found something that looks like blood, Dr. Miller said. It might be blood from the victim, might be his blood. They don't know until they test it, but they'll be able to get DNA if it is blood. We don't know what the stains and the cover sheets look like, but again, they're looking for any kind of DNA. Evidence might have come from the crime scene. Wonder what they're going to do if it's somebody else completely blood. You
Oh,
ever
yeah.
think of that?
That'd be crazy. They found DNA from some
Somebody
other.
else he had got.
Never know.
They don't call it blood, but it's definitely inferred that it was blood. Dr. Miller noted that while stains on clothing and bedding are not necessarily unusual, investigators will try to link the evidence found at the Pullman apartment to the crime scene in Moscow. Likelihood that any of those stains came from the crime scene is going to be dependent on how well he cleaned up, he said. Yeah. Dickie's tag and receipts from Walmart and Marshall.
So there's receipts. So do you think they would take like receipts and stuff? They didn't think it would have any link, or you think they took just anything they found? You know what?
I don't know.
I don't know how they do that.
According to the search warrant record, investigators also seized one receipt from Walmart, two from Marshall's, and a tag from the clothing brand Dickies.
Maybe, yeah, they're thinking maybe it's something more.
Dr. Miller said investigators could seek to prove that the items listed on those receipts and whatever the tag came from matched the clothing worn by the alleged killer. The suspect may have bought something to wear and discard, and then law enforcement found these receipts and asked where these clothes, he said. Receipts could also reveal how long in advance the clothing was purchased, Ms. Coffin-Doffer noted.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I think that would indicate not only what was purchased, which is relevant to the crime, but also when, which I think is very important to see timing, see a forethought that this was planned. Okay, yeah,
So maybe they're thinking if it's like 2 months ago, he's stopping these people from then.
Right. It's just one day, several days before. The timestamp to me is as important as what was on those receipts. That's interesting thought. Yeah, I never really thought about it that way. Mm-hmm. That could show a lot of premeditation, couldn't
Definitely. It? And that could be like, Brian, where are these clothes you got? We didn't find them in your apartment. Where are they?
Yeah. The hair strands, and possible animal hair. Now, I know that she had a dog, so that's what they're looking for with the animal hair.
Yeah, they saw cases with just dog hair before.
Yeah.
So.
Included on the list of seizures was a possible animal hair strand. While Mr. Kohberger is not believed to have a pet, one of the victims he's accused of killing in cows had a dog that was at home at the time of the murders and later found by police responding to the scene. Yeah.
See, they was found locked in a bedroom. Maddie's bedroom that she had moved out of, the empty one. I thought that was weird.
Yeah. How they could have got it to go in there.
Yeah, they had it in there to start with. I don't know.
Possible animal hair, they're trying to connect that to the dog left at the scene, according to Dr. Miller. If there's a root on that, if there's any skin on that hair, they could do a DNA test with that dog. If it's just a hair that's been shed and there is no skin, they could still be able to do a microscopical comparison and exclude most dogs, but they wouldn't be able to connect it necessarily to that dog.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they need a root. Ms. Coffin-Doffer also explained that the suspect would have left evidence at the scene, but also taken evidence with him before leaving. She said she was surprised by how little hair was listed on the search warrant record.
Yeah, you think they found a lot more stuff. This is just his apartment. I wish they would release the one for the vehicle.
I would expect those items to have been transferred to, and when he took off his clothing, that to then transfer to other clothing and items. So I was surprised not to see more items and more hair, she said.
Maybe he was careful about that. Transferred evidence. Who knows that? He wasn't too careful about everything else.
Yeah. Computer tower and the Fire TV stick. They may be looking at what he watched. Did he watch the news? I never thought about that either.
No, me either, yeah.
Did he watch? So that's what they're saying they took the computer tower and the Fire TV stick for. I would have thought just Google searches and stuff like that for the computer tower, but I never realized on the Fire TV stick
Or the internet, you could probably track that.
they
Maybe.
can track what he was watching. Some of that might go with his PhD or could be explainable to him or just trying to put the whole picture together. Yeah, he could say that.
Yeah.
That's my field. That's what
Mhm.
I'm, you know, that'll probably be I could see that as a possible defense for a lot
Mhm.
of him, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
You heard the statement they made. What was it? He's eager to be exonerated.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope they have enough evidence to not
I,
let him out or get away.
with
If so, we're in trouble if they let him out.
with that sheath with his DNA on it, I don't know how he's gonna get past that.
Yeah,
You
me
know
either. Yeah, definitely.
that.
He could say, "Well, I did have a sheep like that, but somebody stole it." No.
Then they stole your car and drove to the
Yeah.
crime scene. Then they took your phone and kept stopping by. I
Yeah.
mean, just by what we know they have on him, I think he's up the creek.
I'm just scared he planned the whole thing, like leaving the sheep there for some reason, doing what he did, trying to outsmart us. You never know.
Who knows, man? This dude is a
Creepy.
twisted, creepy individual. That's interesting about the TV stick, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I look at his picture, he makes me sick. Like I can't look at him like his eyes. Ugh. I get sick to him.
There could be some very important information there related particularly to his searches and social media, she added. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and I'm assuming with his computer tower, they'll be able to see like if he's
Searched anything.
well, they'll be able to see like his social media interactions too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like find when he's viewed their Instagrams and stuff like that. I'm sure they got his phone by now. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. They thought he was on Reddit a lot too before he was caught. So saying stuff about the murders.
See, yeah, I've seen a couple of. I didn't pull them all up, but I've seen a couple of different articles on him, and one of them was talking about that.
Yeah.
About he had.
He probably would get a joy out of that.
Can't remember what
Messing with people.
comment they said he had made, but it was something weird as hell.
Yeah.
He seems like he's really down for the interaction and attention and stuff. A vacuum cleaner's dust container.
That's a good thing to get.
Yeah. I bet there is a treasure trove in those.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of perps forget to do that too. Clean out their vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. I'm gonna vacuum and get everything up, but don't empty the vacuum.
Get to empty the vacuum.
Yeah. Also, where he went that evening, he went on his little adventure after the murders that evening. Like it was like 60 or 90 minutes away. They have receipts of him going to in stores there too. I'm wondering what he got in those stores. I like to find out.
Yeah.
If it was cleaning products or something, maybe.
A single nitrite glove. Am I saying that right? Nitrite?
Yeah, it's like a black doctor's glove. Is what.
That's a very specific kind of glove that is extremely tight fitting so that you can manipulate things with your hands. They are similar type to what we wear on SWAT. So we could handle flashbangs and shoot our weapons in field, she said. Dr. Miller highlighted investigators might have recognized the type of glove if similar material had been found at the crime scene. With that knife and stuff, maybe there's a chance something was left of a glove or something.
Chris McDonough said he found a glove there, a black glove. Law enforcement haven't came out and said anything about it though. He was out in the yard, yeah. I did see that.
I don't know, man. This guy, he is just whack, ain't he?
Whack, yeah.
Hi, Nana. Amanda Pink, hi. Haven't seen you in a while, Amanda Pink. How's it going? Things good?
Everybody knows a guy like this probably, the awkward dude in school, but they don't turn out to be a murderer, you know. So
I know. Uh, now, like, imagine being an awkward guy. People know about this dude. They're going to be looking at you all side-eyed,
yeah,
just because you ain't got no game.
it's like he did. I don't know. He couldn't socialize with women almost. And then he started hating women because of it.
And he's not that old.
He's not that bad looking. He could, you know. I think it has something to do with just how his personality is.
It's got to be something about him that's
Creepy.
just that off that
Yeah.
he has that much of a problem.
Yeah. He went on that one date with the one girl, and she said he kept on touching her, and she finally said, "You need to quit." He said, "I'm not touching you. You acting like you wasn't doing it. Acting weird as hell." So, see, girls give him a chance, and he's just acting too strange. They're like, this guy's too weird. I can't do this.
I feel for women dating and find yourself out with somebody like him, man. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, that's why women have to be careful. Who, with all the dating online and stuff and dating apps, who knows who you're gonna meet? You know,
That story, man, since you told us that last time, just creeps me out so bad.
it's like doing this and like, did it again. No, I'm not touching you.
This sounds like, what our what Taylor would be doing to one of our boys on a road trip or something.
Yeah.
This dude's doing on a date. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Right.
Wow. That would freak you out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, then they had some writing like when he was younger, and it was statements. When I look at my family, I see nothing or feel nothing that he was saying. He had posted. I was reading over that. It's like creepy stuff.
Yeah, these people drop hints, but if you report every weird thing you see on Facebook, you never get done.
Mm-hmm.
I know I look at my feed sometimes and see stuff people's posting. I'm just like, really? What are we doing?
Right.
What is this
Some
nonsense?
some people just do it to get attention, but then there's the real
That's the
people that are
thing.
just need help. So it's hard to
It's hard
tell.
to differentiate the two.
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't like to think I had to date in this day and age. Yeah, me either.
Yeah, that would be bad. I would be taken.
I'm kicking the shit out the camera.
I wouldn't want to date either. That would be a bad experience.
That sounds like something a teen boy would say. I didn't touch you. It sounds like something, yes, like a tween boy maybe. That's just creepy as
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's just very awkward around women.
Uh,
I'm scared for the mom. He just had got back to Pennsylvania, but he could have done something to the family if if they didn't arrest them early, sooner. If it drug out,
I would
longer.
love to know like what their relationship is,
Yeah,
him
me
and the
too.
mom.
Yeah. What if the dad and the mom starts thinking like there's just too many coincidences, He drives the same car. He was like 5, 10 minutes away. Then they start asking him, he was liable to kill them. You never know if he wasn't arrested.
Do you reckon the his parents seen the car before he was
Yeah,
arrested?
you would have to think they would question that. I know I would if my kid was out of school with this car they're looking for. 5, 10 minutes away. I would have to ask the kid. You don't want them to do something like that, but I'd still ask them. There's too many coincidences.
I would go to bat for my child on almost anything, but something like that, I would have to bring him in myself.
I would have to do the right thing. Yeah.
As soon as I seen that car and put two and two together, I'd be like, "Look, son, we're going to the police station and we're going to take care of this."
Yeah. Like 5 or 10 days later, he had changed the plates, right, on the car. Yeah. So, trying to probably hide. So he didn't do a good job.
He left a ton of
Evidence.
clues. You know, the cell phone stuff is what gets me for somebody that's, you
Have
know,
that knowledge.
has his knowledge of forensic criminology type stuff
Yeah, me too.
is doing just dumb shit like that.
And why would you drive your car like back and forth around? Like he turned around a couple times that night um, before he actually parked to go into the house. They got him on camera. Like he didn't think about a lot of stuff.
Be nice to see who he interacts with on social media. As far as the parents, maybe they are in denial or ignoring the red flags.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking too.
you'd have to you'd have to think as a parent, you're not likely going to be putting two and two together that your son had did like something to that scale.
Yeah,
But knowing your kid was in that area,
you would have to ask. You would have to take a double, think about it twice.
I'm sure everybody, and if he's as off as he's described as acting on his dates and stuff like that, his parents, even though
They
they're
know.
his parents, they would have to realize that to some extent he has some issues.
Yeah,
So it makes you wonder.
yeah,
But not knowing the parents, I don't want to judge. They could have some issues themselves. You know,
not right.
is this a nature nurture thing? I mean,
You never want to think of your child that could do something like that. But
he put his dad in danger by sharing the drive back to Pennsylvania.
yeah,
Yeah, you know, he put everybody around him in danger by, who knows how if they had to swat him out of the house or something that could have went down. Or
yeah, they did. They
whatever.
broke down the door and shit.
What I'm saying, but when that happens, a lot of
Yeah.
things can go wrong when you get the SWAT entrance.
Definitely.
You know,
Yeah. Somebody said informer at the jail he's staying at. All he does is lay and look at the wall all day. Stare at the wall. Is what they say he does. So I don't know.
well, I don't see jail as being great for him if he's already got kind of a social issue.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think his experience is going to be great.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Maybe he didn't think about what he did, but probably not. He's probably just thinking, God, why did I be so stupid and get caught?
That's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably thinking, who knows, as creepy as he is, he's probably sitting there thinking he's still going to get away with it.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Hi, Carrie. Hi, everybody. Alice, Richard Davis, Carrie, Selena, Gail.
Wouldn't that be some shit if you get out of it and be free to walk around? That'd be awful.
When you went on your summer searches in the woods, they were not in Tennessee. I thought you said that. Yeah, I said they were not in Tennessee. Somebody was trying to say that I said they were on Beach Creek. I'm like, that's just stupidity. I'm the one that bitches the most about you can't search in Beach Creek or anywhere near Summer's house in Hawkins County.
Yeah, he never said that.
I never said that. That came up the other day. I'm not even going to go through that. Watch the video. I think it's just so strange to me that he put all his time and effort into the schooling to do what he did and ruin his life.
Yeah. I just think he thought he was going to get away with it pretty much.
Hi, Connie Adams.
Hey.
John, how do you think Brandy would react if you told her she had nice birthing hips?
Yeah, he said that to somebody. I forgot to tell you that.
I don't.
That was his pickup. Hey, you got nice birthing hips. That's a weird job. Those hips of yours, oh my gosh. You can push back out those. That's what he said.
I'm shocked he didn't get slapped for saying that.
Isn't that weird?
And I don't even know if you have whatever they call that. What is it? Um, Incel.
Mm-hmm.
You would know better than that, you know?
Yeah. That's something you don't say. That's
I
a
mean, Lord,
weird phrase. Like,
it's just crazy, man, to me.
isn't that weird? Hey, hey, honey, you got great birthday.
Got great birthing
You want to
hips.
go on a date?
That's just so
Weird.
uh
Creepy. Creepy.
thank you, Joyce. We need to make that case go national.
Mm-hmm.
Which case is that? I'm lost.
I'm not sure.
Oh, you all need to look into the Find Madalena Kojokari.
Oh, yeah, that's that little 11-year-old. Her parents didn't report her missing for a month or two, but she's gone.
Oh,
Another case of parents been sucky parents. I think the dad did something to her. It's very sad. All these kids going missing is awful. Usually it's just the parents too have something to do with it, which I don't get. Or the caretakers.
it's been 2 months today.
Yeah, like she's been gone, they haven't found her. The mom and dad didn't report it. The school kept on calling, asking where she was, and I guess that's how they finally figured it out that she's missing.
When the parents don't report the child missing in
They should be arrested.
within a agreed upon time frame, an hour,
Yeah,
they
you would
should.
know something's going on. You know. Now, if she's going to school or something, didn't come home, maybe a little longer, but yeah, yeah, that's you should be guilty.
That's why the Harmony thing bothered me so much. Is man, it just breaks my heart knowing a little girl was missing that long before anybody went looking.
That's the issue right there. Yeah, you don't report your kid missing, especially with these littler kids that are 3 and 4 don't go to school or anything. You know they're missing within 10 minutes or so. You know, if you're a good parent and watch your kids, you would know.
School went to the house and mom went to school without her.
Yeah, I think there was a meeting or something, and I don't know if she went there because she wasn't going to school.
Oh. Last I heard the birthing hips thing, Sheldon said it to Penny on Big Bang. LOL.
He's a big Bang watcher, probably.
Yeah,
Picked it
probably.
up.
That's probably where he got it.
Mm-hmm. He probably watched something like that.
Because that seems like incel TV, don't it?
Mm, I like
I'm not
it.
going to rag on that, though. I like Big Bang. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Some of it, yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
I bet that's where he got it. Something.
I bet it is. Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I'd be creeped out. All the neighbors that live beside him or around them, young girls. Think about a murderer was living beside you.
Yeah.
It could have been anybody. You know, it's just like he picked out somebody who, I don't know how he picked his victims. You know, it's very.
The more you hear about all that, the weirder it is.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Guys, thanks everybody for coming. Thanks everybody for modding. Thanks for everybody for being respectful.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for viewing, watching, subbing. We appreciate everybody.
We do.
We'll see you guys next Monday.
Yeah, you're working on a video hopefully here pretty soon.
Yeah. We'll have a video out soon.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks to all the members, mods, viewers, watchers, everybody. Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next Monday.
See y'all guys.
Have a good week.
Mm-hmm.
And be careful out there.
Definitely.